free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm rolling in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crumbs and I take the lead? Living rent free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right, spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent free, and you know it feels good. Keep trying, but you'll be stuck with Daddy for life. I'm Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Yes, thank you, Wes. I appreciate it. Got it. I don't know what the hell happened. It's been doing some weird stuff lately, but hey, I think we got it now. please welcome your host, Shizzy. Shizzy Whiz, whatever. That's what Nick Ricada called me. Shizzy Whiz, whatever. Whoever this guy, I don't know. Makes no sense to me. Happy Thursday, man. It is, the weekend just creeps right up on you, doesn't it? I mean, we got some crazy stuff here tonight. I mean, I could go over the crazy emails, but I'm sure they'll email more. They can't resist themselves. They've got this propensity to just, keep doing it. And I'm just like, all right, over and over and over and over. So yeah, but it looks like I'll be having a conversation with Tug probably Saturday. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Saturday I'll be over there with Tug. Fridays I do with Mo in the Deep End on her channel in the mornings, and then I do a Friday FNL pre-stream, of course, and then I head over to the experts, and we go over there, we have a good time. We just have fun. There's no drama at all over there. If there's drama that's trying to come over there, yeah, we don't do that over there. We just like to just have fun, make dad jokes, those kinds of things. I mean, that's what we usually do. Just talk about everything and anything, and who knows where it's going to end up. It's usually a complete mess, but hey, that's what we do best at, is just making it a complete mess. And then Saturday, of course, I'll be over with the man, the myth, the legend, Tug, because we're going to talk about this crazy email chain a little bit. I'm sure he's got some opinions. We'll just have to see. Yeah, he sent me a message, said, "Hey, yeah, you up for doing going over these emails?" I was like, "Oh yeah, anytime." Because they're crazy. They're crazy. Oh, hello from Rome, Georgia. Well, welcome from Rome, Georgia. I know the place very well. It's a beautiful, beautiful little town you have there. If you go looking, I'm pretty sure it might still be there. There's a nice little coffee. Well, that's not it's a Mexican restaurant there in downtown Rome. Really good food. My wife and I enjoyed it. They overload the plates, but there's this puzzle that I left there. If you can find it, guess what? It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. So if you maybe Harold May, you are the one that found that puzzle, and that's how you found me. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool if that's how you found me, a 3D printed puzzle. That'd be really cool. You have to cut out. Oh, well, you get some rest and good luck on the medical imaging. I know that is no fun at all. I know somebody pretty close to me is having to go in and have a lump cut out, and then a couple of rounds of radiation. So yeah, it's never fun. Never fun. No hat tonight. Well, I mean, I can break out the hat, but it takes away from my charm. No, I might don the hat back on. If my head's too shiny, I'm starting to thin there on the top. It happens with the old age. It does. Nice last name, Chris. Oh yeah, nice last name, Chris. Amy Stahl, good to see. I haven't seen you in a while, Amy. Chris Thompson. Oh, sorry to hear you're not feeling well. I pray you get to feeling better soon. Yeah. Oh man, nice to be here. Oh, it's good to have you here, Mac. It is a beautiful place. It is a beautiful place. I love how you're telling the truth on all of them. Well, thank you, Harold. I mean, that is the best exposure, is just showing the kind of crazy stuff that they've been up to. They really don't like it too much, it seems like. And I mean, if I get it wrong, I try to correct it, but that's crazy stuff. That they've got some serious issues. But we're going to go over some other people that, and I've had this for quite some time. I've been looking at it. There was some new filings that came in today. It's more of these people that just hate Jeremy Hales. And I mean, it's really odd to me. It's really odd to me that they hate Jeremy Hales so much that they're willing to destroy a person, like really just destroy them over some perceived threat to their livelihood. And this all, and Yamaha and I have talked about this. I think everybody's talked about this. This all stems from Lynette stalking Jeremy to Otter Creek. And whenever he would not give her what she wanted, she started in on the smear campaign. And most of it was just whatever. I don't have time for your crap. But then it got to the point where they were really getting aggressive, threatening with firearms. Jeremy goes and files a protective order in Ohio, because that's his home state. I think he probably asked about it in the first place in there in Florida. I don't know if he did or not, but he went to his home state where he lives, because he just has vacation property. He snowbirds in Florida. And so he was like, Well, I'll go ahead and file it in Ohio, and he files his restraining order in Ohio. And not too long after that, to use that restraining order, Michelle Preston files a restraining order, which is no big thing, but she's been the bad actor in all of this. And then, of course, Judge Grudge gets involved. He gets booted off of this case because of all of the communications he's having, his bias towards Jeremy, just in general. He gets booted off the case. Next judge comes in, and of course, the day of that they're supposed to be there to, present their case in front of the judge, Lynette pulls out. Says, I don't want any more of this. They have a conference. I believe it was Judge Davis. That's right. Pulls out of the case and dismisses, her case. And by this time, she's already done so much that, with defamation, she's posted signs around Otter Creek. And it was something interesting, that they would do this kind of crap, thinking that, they can get away with it, trying to destroy a man's reputation. And not too long after that, you've got Deuce that jumps in there and wants to stir up even more problems. Actually states that he wants to take down Jeremy Hill's YouTube empire. That's a threat to a man's livelihood. That gets him in another lawsuit. And the judge says, no, you need to file that in another case. And I'll go over a little bit of John Cook's stuff here too tonight, but maybe towards the end. But it didn't stop there. See, it continued on. More and more people started getting involved. You had the Flea that started grifting to raise money for a fence that only covered part of the property. And then, of course, that turned into just perpetual grift, raising money for this child, raising money for Christmas, raising money to build up, John and Lynette's barn dominium, turned into fundraisers for memorials, donation drives left and right. More people started getting involved. And then, of course, you get Paint Chips involved because, well, he's good buddies with, Volmit there. Volmit is one of those paid attorneys or paid journalists, where he basically says, hey, you pay me money, I'll cover more and more of this story. $10,000 is what he was requesting. He was requesting $10,000 for him to keep covering the story. And if it shows anything, that's about the time that Paint Chips got involved. And he was like, hey, I could use some of that sweet money. I could do that too. Where do you think that money's coming from? Because nobody's paying for it, but they're requesting it. And it just more and more people start getting involved. Then all of a sudden you get this weird, this weird thing where they're absolutely excited. They want to talk about the Hodunk Hillbillies. This is the greatest thing. Oh, we don't know who's behind this. Ha 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 ha. But the whole time they clearly knew who was behind it. They knew exactly who was doing it. And then they throw their hat in the ring. They decide they want to go after Jeremy also. They don't state anything that's true. They don't read any of the court documents. Hell, Volmit doesn't even know who Paint Chips is. I mean, who George is. I mean, it all these people started coming in. More and more people started piling in, causing problems, wanting to stir up issues. They've gone so far as to pulling up sealed documents and saying that, this is what happened here and here and here. Their little group their little anti-what the hell's ecosystem has grown and grown and grown. It's like a black hole. It's just sucking all of the energy out of everybody. And it's a constant that they're doing this. It's not like, oh, well, we're just covering this, honestly, because they've never covered anything honestly. Never. If you can name one thing that they've actually covered honestly, to the point, I would be surprised. I mean, you've got a writer out there that comes pulling up, and it's just best just to show you the video. That's really the best way to do it. Just show you the damn video. It explains so much. Here we go. This is for you guys. Oh man, why is that doing it? Doggone it. I know what happened. I need to be here. There we go.
Man.
Yeah.
K for lies. 10. K he denies. Yeah. For what? 10. K not for the child. 10. K they tried denial. 10. K paid loser and abuser. Calls himself journalist, hand already out. 10K just to run his idiot mouth. Investigating on the case, not what he says. Names wrong, facts twisted, right? That garbage gets every detail bent. Stupidity sky high. Truth is buried, man, you just let truth die. You don't break news or waste the wind. Print whatever's loud, let's call it a win. You ain't check, you ain't look.
10K for guesswork.
Yeah. 10K.
10K.
Bottom feeder show the way.
Slime.
10K.
10K. 10K. 10K.
For what?
10K.
Guess again.
10K.
For what?
10K. Guess again. 10K.
No source is verified, idiots talk for free. Anybody breathing gets a byline, easy. Criminal tips, gutter wisdom, straight to print, call it insight. While you rolling the stink, no editor, no checks, no bar to clear. Just bit of rando spewing full of fear. Who you roll with says it all. Of a crime, hang with criminals, that is your life, that's your crew. Figures. 10K, guess every line, no newsroom, just rat circling for a dime. Said play, Ben's back your story, that's your source now. 10K. K. Corrections, afterthought, crossing the line. Never I was wrong, just ain't bullshit redefined. Talk standards, talk trust like you own the code. But every bullshit log you drop is garbage on the road. Sell certainty you never earn. Act shot when you get burned. Again, same fuck up. Truth don't charge, admission don't need a fee. Truth holds up when you actually check it, see. Truth don't hide behind money or a crown. Of people nobody respects in this town. You screaming loud, act like stupidity wins. But the louder you push, the worse the sin. Look around, that's you. K. 10K. Still wrong. Still wrong. Still cash. You skip details, cause checking couldn't vet it. Facts are optional. If the lie fills your pocket, who's George? Don't matter. Agenda's the king. Check clear. Story flies. The liars sing. Call it journalism. I call it paid noise. Bad habit bankrolled by perverted boys. When clicks dry up and the story's cold, all left is the bullshit you sold. Oops, too late.
10K for guesswork.
10K for lies. Bottom feeders right beside.
10K for guesswork.
Say it slow, say it plain. Your bitch ass don't bet a damn thing. Just charge the morons and miss again. 10K. Whoa. 10K. 10K. Prison time will be a song. That's how you will be remembered, bro. just wrong.
That better. You feel happy now? I'm wearing a hat. Doesn't quite go with this. Good to see everybody. Yes. It is a 10K that those guys were trying to raise to continue writing the song. Where do you think that money came from? Yes, all the fundraising, all the grifting that they were doing, benefiting Michelle. She gets herself thrown into a bankruptcy suit by, none other than Bubbles himself, her former attorney. He says that's the best way to go about, handling all of this is to, just go ahead and, just let's just go ahead and add them to it. Why not? It's not how you're supposed to do things. Give me a second. I need to do something here. It's going to look really funky. Let me try something. Let me see. All right. Let's go ahead and remove that from the scene. There we go. All right. All right. Let's go back to this. And there we are. Crazy things abound. And then of course, well, thank you very much for the suit. Yes, I'm going to need a suit because they are definitely wanting to T42 come after me and make sure that they try to add me into their messed up, lawsuit that they're wanting to create out of people covering this story. I've not defamed them. I've not harass them. They're the ones emailing me, telling me what they're intending on doing is come after me. I was like, why would you come after me? I mean, if that's how you feel, I mean, okay, let's get the documents and we'll look it over and we will respond in kind. We will respond to anything that they want to send. They're idiots. Play your cartoon. Oh, Levy, yeah, I should totally play that cartoon because that was the best. Let me see if I've got that. Because this is what the man, the myth, the 11 sent to me. Was this it right here? Is this it?
Let me clear my throat.
Nope, this isn't it. It's still good.
But Lynette admitted to making one, but not all of them.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
It opened up my eyes. So I walked the line.
Just saying.
Never gonna give you up.
Just saying.
Fascinating. I saw the sign.
Fascinating.
One more time.
This is, in fact, a PR team.
The PR team. We got the clips.
Just saying.
And the emphysema dream.
Wow. Oh, wow. In my throat, it's like a tickle, yeah.
Let me clear my throat again.
Absolute idiot.
Yes. That now I didn't do all of the video for that one. I honestly, I didn't create that video. I just created the song. That's it. That's it. I just made the song. They reached out to me and said, "Hey, can you make a song?" And I was like, "Can I make a song?" Yeah, what do you want? And then of course, that's what I get. That really was what I got. I got that song. But you guys send me some of the best stuff. It is, it's like this. But this next one, that's not it. That is wrong. Stop that one. And this was made by my good buddy Jay Leby. And if you don't know who Jay Levy is, he has his own nice, cute little station where he talks about space, and it's very relaxing. So if you want to learn some very good, fun facts about space, go check out Libby's channel. And Libby made this because, well, actually, it was a picture that Little D took, and she created the image, and then Libby added the video to it. And this is what we ended up
Anti-Wth,
with.
whatever. Welcome to the shit show.
Is that awesome? I see a striking resemblance. It looks like someone I know. It's pretty awesome. You guys are great. You guys are great. Good to see you. Ordy. So I'm just gonna say Ordy. I'm just gonna say Ordy. Yeah, that works if that works for you. I have a hard time reading names. Once they started putting the at in there, yeah, I hope everybody's staying safe. Yeah, it's crazy. The walrus is even there. Yeah, the walrus is even there. Don't you like it back there? It's right there. The walrus is right there. Same in this image. Yeah, here, see right there. Got the walrus right back there on the back. It's pretty awesome. Let's play it again.
Anti-Wth, whatever. Welcome to the shit show.
You know, I should just use this as my avatar right here, just like this. I should, just carry on the whole night just like this. Ordy, oi, oi, oi. I love it. I love it. Yes. Does this work for you guys? I mean, you can look at this charming fellow right here. Oh my God. That is absolutely awesome. I love it. I love it. They got it all in there. That was such a good job. Yeah. Thank you very much, Heather May. That's awesome. And Super Tips is on tonight. If you want to donate to getting the suit for the hat, we'll just go in there and pimp out whenever I have to show up to court. We'll just, come rolling in there. Or maybe I can just roll in like, man, they said I was a hillbilly. I mean, whatever, it's just got the nice little, this is a happy hat. It's so comfy. It's much more what I need to do is get it fixed up a little bit because it's a little rough on the head, the inside of it. Good Lord Almighty. What does that say? Yeah, it was made in Guatemala. Yeah, so, hey, what do you expect? You and Little D's did just such a good job on that. I agree, Heather May. It was absolutely wonderful. Yeah, I'll keep it for future references. But in all honesty, there was more people that started getting involved in all of this crap. Because like I was saying, got the Hodunk hillbillies, and they come rolling in out of nowhere, and they become very insulting and accusatory. They even turn a Jewish man into Jesus Christ. Trying to say, oh, he's being crucified. I didn't. That's really weird. I mean, yeah, Jesus was Jewish, but that wasn't Jesus that you were trying to put in there. I mean, but of course, these are insulting people, and as Marla Huge found out that, oh, I don't want to be any part of this email chain anymore. Stop including me on this. These people, this guy is horrible. These are the same people. They are the same people that have been promoting this kind of behavior from the get-go, Marla. It's on you. You can't wipe the stink off anymore. And Tug and I will be going over that on Saturday. We'll be going over those emails. there's a lot more I'm sure that they have to say. They've got some serious issues going on. But then all of we also had Lips, the Lips Federigos that shows up, and turns out, she was doing the Hodunk Hillbillies. Thought it was fun. So she's been involved for quite some time, just going after people, trying to go on the attack. Hey, Happy, good to see you. So somebody, I don't remember who it was at this particular time, says, "Do you know who this is that's in there?" I was like, "I have no idea." I mean, I wasn't watching the Fleas at any point up until then, but then it was just like, hey, you might want to look into this person. So I start looking and seeing who this person is. Come to find out, they're not an attorney. As they were propping themselves up to be. They're permanently retired, which means that they handed over their bar license in lieu of punishment of, being disbarred. They basically said, well, instead of disbarring me, how about I just retire permanently? And the court accepted that. The recommendation was for, some punishment for their bad behavior. But, if you're willing to hand over your bar license and not practice in our state anymore, then we'll go ahead and grant that to you. And that's what they did. I reached out and actually spoke with the bar, and they said, yeah, here's all of the case files. We've gone over those before. Here's what happened. This is how it all went down. Under Florida statutes, for her to become, an attorney again in the state of Florida, she would have to get approval from the bar to, be licensed to practice again, which means whatever the issues were before then, she would have to get those resolved. Florida has pretty strict standards on that. I mean, they want to protect their attorneys and people that are doing good. And then, of course, you've got Marla Hughes is actually the original follower of LMNOP. Marla Hughes was bashing Jeremy way before these other fools entered the group. That absolutely. I mean, yeah, that's very true, Vicky. That's very true. And then, of course, you've got these fools that, they decided to add Lips into this. So I started doing a little bit of digging on her behavior. And then she decided she was going to cyber stalk me. Not only that, but then she was also going to create a channel that linked my name back up to the Hodunk Hillbillies. And she did that with me. She did that with Megan, did that with a few other people. Started it on Facebook, a group that was shut down because they were using Jeremy Hale's, stuff to create their channel, being basically hate Aunt Jeremy Hale's group. And well, they finally got shut down. I mean, it's all in limbo right now, and all that stuff is preserved. They were using What the Hales without the $sign. There's a big difference because it's not owned and operated by Jeremy Hales. It's a hate group that runs it. And there were people posting some pretty inflammatory things in there. Who you calling fools? You a fool? I pity the fool calling you a fool, man. And then, of course, Lips, went on her cycle, whatever it is. I don't know. It might be drugs. It might be something mentally wrong with her. I mean, she has been Baker acted before. So it wouldn't surprise me if, somebody stepped in and said, hey, stop or something. I don't know. I don't know what their deal is. Don't care. I mean, it's their deal. Except whenever they're harassing me and my family and making threats to me and my family, trying to include me into a lawsuit. And then it becomes part of my business. I never asked for you to, include me into a lawsuit. Matter of fact, I suggested that you leave me alone because everything that I do is just regular comments. And then, of course, slips after she, spirals into whatever kind of craziness, pushes it over the edge, with the cyber stalking, and then just disappears. And I'm done. I'm deleting everything. Removes her YouTube channel, shuts everything down. And it's all saved. I mean, because she's in a lawsuit with Jeremy and Megan, Tug, stemming out of her vexatious litigation that she's done before, trying to go after Jeremy. And then, of course, she disappears into obscurity. Still finding information out about her, which is quite interesting because just doing a little bit of digging, you start finding out all kinds of crazy stuff that's going on with them. Like they're in debt over their head. They're taking out loans and, all kinds of crap, doing HELOCs and never paying those back. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, is watching this case, which has been going on for quite some time. And it goes back to the original complaint that was filed in late 2025. This is one of many. There's multiple ones on her. And it's just going to show the kind of people that people like Marla Hughes have ganged up with. This is what it is become, like this kind of thing right here. So, this is one for another home. And it says it's a verified complaint to foreclose a mortgage. Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation, also known as Freddie Mac, because you have Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. This is hereinafter referred to plaintiff sues Michael Federico's, Leslie Federico's, Truist Bank, FKA Banking Branch, and Truist Company, SMB, Trust Bank, unknown tenants in possession, number 1 and 2, and all other unknown parties, including if a named defendant is deceased, the personal representatives. And most of this is just boilerplate language that they have in here. The foreclosure on the mortgage. On or about April 2nd, 2004, Michael Federigos executed and delivered a promissory note. The note executed a mortgage, securing payment of the note, the mortgage. A copy of the note and the original note certification is attached here to as Exhibit A. The mortgage was recorded on April 12th, 2004 in the official record books. And the copy of the mortgage is attached here too. And it says it was recorded. The Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation is trustee for Freddie Mac, SLT 2024 Participation Interest Trust by virtue of an assignment of the mortgage. It's in the public records. It's attached as Exhibit C. Plaintiff directly or through an agent has possession of the note, which is either made payable to the plaintiff or has been duly endorsed. Therefore, the plaintiff has the right to enforce the note. Selective Portfolio Servicing Inc. is the servicer of the loan described in the note, and mortgage and such has the authority to initiate the instant foreclosure. There is now owing and unpaid to the plaintiff $132,249.60 that is due on principal on the note and mortgage together with interest from April 1st, 2024. Late charges and all costs and collection, including title searches, expenses for ascertaining necessary parties to this action, and reasonable attorney's fees. The plaintiff is entitled insurance premium, taxes, assessments, and any other advances made on behalf of the defendants as set forth in the note and mortgage. And basically, it says, wherefore the plaintiff requests judgment for closing the mortgage and such other relief as the court may deem just and proper, including reasonable attorney's fees and costs pursuant to the terms of the note and mortgage. Very important right here. They're telling you that, we want to get our money. And then, of course, they verify it and all that kind of stuff. Okay. And then you move forward to here. Affidavit of constructive service. Before me, the authority I represent, Elizabeth Porter, Esquire, is first being duly sworn, deposes. The affiant is the attorney for plaintiff in this action. A diligent search and inquiry into them has been performed. The affidavit of due diligence search and inquiry is attached here too. An affidavit of avoidance for Michael Federigo's is attached here too. Defendants is over the age of 18. After making a diligent search and inquiry, the last known residence, which is their current address, and current residence is unknown to affiant. After making a diligent search and inquiry, and is the same address. Affiant believes that there are persons who are or may be interested in the subject matter of this action whose names after diligent search and inquiry unknown to affiant and said unknown parties. Claims are devisees, grantees, assignees, lieners, creditors, trustees, or other claimants by, through, or and against said defendants, or each of them who are dead or known to be dead or alive. And of course, they file this into the court. And then, of course, there is a response. You can tell by the creepy border on it. Comes now, Michael files this motion to dismiss. Failure to state a cause of action. No, they actually did state a cause of action. You didn't pay your loan. The complaint is vague and conclusory. It is to one or more essential elements, including plaintiff standing at the inception of the action occurrence of a true default. Lack of standing. Plaintiff has failed to adequately plead and prove that it has standing to enforce the note and mortgage at this time the complaint was filed. That's not true. They hold the promissory note and they put it in the exhibit. If you would have read it, you would have seen exactly what they had in there. The complaint contains only conclusory language regarding plaintiff's possession of the original note, and the attached exhibits do not establish proper endorsement or assignment as required by Florida law. But it does. Non-compliance with conditions precedent. Plaintiffs asserts all conditions. Failure to attach documents required by rule. Wherefore, defendant respectfully requests, that the court dismiss their complaint, grant such other further relief as the court deems just as proper. The submitted Leslie Michael, and it says right here that they filed it through the e-filing certification, signed Michael and Leslie. And it gets interesting. Motion for rehearing on 2/9/2026. Now, you have to understand that all that's been filed in all of this has been, just simple motions, saying, hey, this is the rest of it is just showing proof that they've served them via notice by publication. Okay, and so I didn't put all of this in here because there's a lot of redactions would have to do. It makes it almost unreadable because it basically shows that Michael or somebody was in the house whenever the service processor showed up and they avoided service. They wouldn't answer the door. They could see that the cameras were on and operating and working, and they basically ignored the door because they knew that there was service coming to them. And that's there's just like multiple pages of them attempting service on them. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? And then this comes in on the 9th of this month. A motion for rehearing comes now. Defendant hereby files this motion for rehearing. There's never been a hearing on that. Defendants missed the deadline due to clerical scheduling error. See, you have to realize that this is boilerplate right here. This is the same shit that he filed in another case that he got his ass chewed out on. The one where he used AI to write his pleading in a guardianship, and the judge chewed his ass out on it. And the judge said, what is this clerical scheduling error? It doesn't matter. You screwed up. You want to blame everybody except taking responsibility for making a screw up. Now it allows courts to vacate default judgments when a party shows there's no default to judgment in this. So they might have been filing this for another one of their lawsuits that they're involved in. There's a big possibility they just filed it in the wrong one. It's it's hard whenever you're an idiot and you file crap in the wrong damn court case because you're involved in so many of them that you lose track of which one that you actually should have filed this in. So you screwed up here because there was no hearing. They didn't need to have a hearing on this because it was all about getting service. Stop going to chat. Oh, well, you be fine. Money came, Commonwealth, he threw all show. Dirty Dave and his sidekick got ignored. That was fun. I don't know what that means. Emeritus defense or due diligence in seeking relief. It covers honest mistakes like clerical errors or reasonable misunderstandings. What? There was no clerical errors. The only error is you screwed up. Like really bad. Like really, really bad. And then, of course, this came next. Motion to deem defendant's motion to dismiss, abandon, and enter defaults against defendants Michael Federigos and Leslie Federigos. By and through the undersigned attorneys moves that the dismiss plaintiff's complaint, abandon, and an order of default against defendants Michael and Leslie for failure to serve any paper on the underside or file any papers required by law, and support therefore states as follows. They were served by publication on October 31st, 2025, as they were determined to be avoiding service. Copies of the affidavit of publication and affidavits of diligent search and inquiry are attached here to as Exhibit A and B, respectively. On November 30th, 2025, they filed a pro se motion to dismiss foreclosure complaint, and on December 3rd, plaintiff filed a response to defendant's motion to dismiss complaint. We're not going to show those because they were pretty silly. Welcome, Tug Raiders, Tug and Mug and Megan Raiders. Welcome. If you haven't seen it, there is super tips up there. You're welcome to. It does support the channel. And, we get enough super tips, we might don the hat on, throw a new song up there, maybe pimp it out a little bit. You never know. We'll see. I do need a new suit for court, because it looks like Paint Chips wants to sue me. So I've got to start raising money now because I'm going to go big. I'm going to go big. I'm going to come rolling up in a Cadillac is what I need to do. Come rolling up in a big Cadillac, have my fedora on, my cigar in my mouth, and walk up and just, be all, yeah, buddy, I'm here for you. Yeah, this is what I need a suit for, because they want to sue me over showing court documents and showing their foolishness. Crazy, isn't it? Now, on November 30th, 2025, they filed a pro se motion to dismiss foreclosure complaint, and on December 3rd, 2025, plaintiff filed its response to the defendant's motion to dismiss complaint. Pursuant to the court uniform trial and case management order issued by this court on August 21st, 2025, motions to dismiss must be set for hearing and heard within 60 days from filing the motion or automatically deemed abandoned and denied without further order. In the instant case, defendant's motion to dismiss was required to be heard by no later than January 29th, 2026. On December 29th, 2025, the undersigned reached out to Mr. Federigos, who is also an attorney licensed to practice law in Florida, via email to attempt to work out an agreement on the motion to dismiss. We offered an agreed order denying defendant's motion within 30 days to file an answer and tried to set up a phone call. However, Mr. Federigos did not respond. He ghosted us. On December 30th, the undersigned sent a follow-up email to Mr. Federigos regarding an agreed order on the motion to dismiss, but Mr. Federigos did not respond. On January 6, 2026, the undersigned sent another follow-up email to Mr. Federigos, advised that we would proceed with scheduling the hearing if we did not receive a response. Mr. Federigos did not respond. On January 7th, 2026, my office reached out to the court to confirm the available hearing dates as Division 37 was transitioning to a new judge. Mr. Federigos, who was copied on the email to the court, replied immediately asking the undersigned to call him to schedule the hearing. The undersigned called Mr. Federico shortly after receiving his email, but Mr. Federico's, well, he did not answer the call, and the undersigned left a voicemail. Another email was sent to Mr. Federico's by the undersigned with an offer of an agreed order denying the motion to dismiss with 20 days to file an answer. On January 8th, 2026, the undersigned emailed Mr. Federico's some short matter hearing dates in order to coordinate a hearing. However, Mr. Federico's did not respond. On January 12th, my office sent another follow-up email to Mr. Federico's regarding the hearing dates. Mr. Federico's replies that he's unavailable for the 8:30 a.m. tie slots as he drops his children off at school at the time. On January 21st, 2026, the undersigned sent an email to Federico's to follow up on the January 7th, 2026 email and voicemail as he did not return the undersigned's phone call to discuss the motion to dismiss. Then on January 21st, 2026, my office sent an email to Mr. Federico's with a 15-minute hearing date, with 15-minute hearing dates that started later in the morning or in the afternoon in order to try to accommodate Mr. Federico's schedule. On January 22nd, he replied and said he would review the times with his wife and get back to us by lunchtime. The undersigned replied to Mr. Federico's to try to discuss the case, but Mr. Federico's did not respond, nor did he get back to our office regarding the hearing times. In accordance with the court's uniform trial and case management order, plaintiff asked the court for an order deeming defendant's motion to dismiss abandoned and answering defaults as to defendants Michael and Leslie. Wherefore, plaintiff requests the court enter an order deeming defendant's motion to dismiss abandoned and finding defendants Michael Federico's and Leslie Federico's in default for having failed to file a responsive pleading to plaintiff's complaint. I hereby certify that prior with filing this motion on February 9th, the undersigned called defendant Federico's to discuss the motion, but defendant's voicemail box was full and the undersigned was unable to leave a voicemail. That the undersigned subsequently sent an email to Mr. Federico's with a copy of the motion in an attempt to discussion, but, well, he ghosted us again. That on February 10th, 2026, the undersigned again called defendant to attempt to discuss the motion, but he did not answer. So the undersigned left a voicemail. That on February 11th, 2026, the undersigned called defendant in a final attempt to discuss the motion. Again, he did not answer. So the undersigned left a voicemail, sent a follow-up email, and the copy of the foregoing has been furnished to each party as indicated on the service list attached this day, 12th day of February. Yes, that is right, Heather. That is absolutely right. We will be getting together on Saturday. So keep your ears to the ground for that one. It's going to be a wild one indeed. I'm looking forward to it because, hanging out with Tug is always fun. I mean, we just sit there and cut up most of the time. So I have an absolute blast. Oh my gosh, Colleen. I must say, this is absolutely wonderful. Colleen comes in and does this wonderful. Thank you very much, Colleen, for the $5 super tip. And why is it not wake? Why is it not doing it? Here we go. Oh, here we go. Why? What happened with it? Maybe it's here. Let's try it this way. Maybe this will work. Let's try it.
I think a white suit, black t-shirt, and a gold chain would work.
That's right. We can get that. We can get that for you. We can totally get that.
Totally not photoshopped.
Thank you very much, Colleen. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love you guys. Shizzy, you have fun with a lot of folks. I try to. I mean, I do think, a white suit though, black t-shirt and a gold chain. Nah, I'm thinking a white suit, just to look nice and bold, come rolling in there, a nice Cadillac or my crappy 20-year-old car, one of the two. Oh my gosh, Wells lady, you are celebrating with 22 months of membership, almost 2 years, still gathering your nuts. Oh, you know it.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh yes, every single day. Yes, a new flavor of fuckery, because everybody sucks. You see, we'll be over on Tugs. Over on Tugs, most definitely. Oh yeah, 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant ball, dash pop, cock ball, and fuckery. Living all over again. Oh yes, just like
Whiz,
that.
whatever. Welcome to the shit show.
Balderdash. Yes, almost 2 years. It is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Oh my gosh, Colleen with another one right here. Oh my gosh, what do we got here? Oh, this is it? Yeah, here we go.
I think a white suit, black tee, gold chain, and your hat would work for court.
I don't know if you meant to do that twice, but thank you very much, Colleen. A white suit, yeah, a white suit, a black tie, black t-shirt, yeah, black tee, that might work. But I think you did that twice, but I still appreciate you. Tammy says, I can't send anything as of yet. Sorry, Shizzy, had to order a new card. Oh, that's fine. You're absolutely fine. No, it is yeah, the super tips are so much fun. We've had a blast with those. if you missed them, we get down and dirty on it. But yeah, so you've got them filing like things in the wrong court cases and crazy enough stuff going on. And then of course this was sent in also, which is a Federal Loan Mortgage Corporation, says Judge Madriel, the undersigned represents the plaintiff in this matter. On February 12, 2026, plaintiff filed its motion to deem defendant's motion to dismiss, abandon, enter default against defendants Michael Federigos, Leslie Federigos, and is submitting the same to the court for consideration without a hearing. An order granting plaintiff's motion is also enclosed. If the proposed order meets the court's approval, please sign and furnish confirmed copies to the parties electronically. All parties are participating in electronic service. If you have any questions upon receipt, please do not hesitate to contact the undersigned. And then, of course, this comes in. Objection to docket 33 and 34, correspondence to the court. Comes now, lips and chips, representing themselves pro se, files this objection to docket 33 and 34. Correspondence to the court as follows. Defendant files a motion to dismiss on 11/30/25. Plaintiff filed a motion to enter default on these dates. Docket 33. Correspondence to the court on 2/18. Defendant has a pending motion to dismiss that is pending a hearing date. Well, see, here's the problem. You didn't confer like you were supposed to. My email, Jack's mom, is shizzywiznut@gmail.com. Just like my name, it is shizzywiznut@gmail.com. Thanks, Jack's mom. What's shaking? Mr. Coop, how are you doing, brother? It is so good to see you. I don't know if you've been getting the emails too, because they got some issues. They got some issues. Thing 1 and thing 2. There you go. That's so appropriate. Oh my God, I love it. Let's see. Oh man, let me see. Whoa. Wherefore, defendant requests this court to deny the entry of default, order a case management conference, and schedule the motion to dismiss and all other remedies necessary. Oh my god, Welsh lady. Oh my gosh. I gotta do this. This looks good.
You better go in there and show them what for. I am angry and I can't express without shouting. Don't forget, copy my hairstyle.
I love it. Oh, that's great. Oh. Oh no emails for me. I'm irrelevant. Oh, you need to be watching Tugs tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but Friday, Saturday. Watch Saturday. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be off the rails. It's gonna be off the rails. He wants to add you into litigation there, brother. Yeah. Well, Slade, killing. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. Wherefore, the defendants request the court to deny the entry of default, order a case management conference. What you mean? Like whenever they reached out to you multiple times to schedule to get this on the ball, and what did you do? Oh, were you too busy, not showing up to court like you were supposed to in some cases, or just ignoring shit altogether? Oh, maybe it was because you were too busy, spamming, a whole bunch of random people, your weird psychotic break or whatever the hell that was. I don't know, but you lost your absolute shit one night, didn't you? You decided to go on a posting spree. It was pretty weird. Speaking of posting sprees, Max Labs is pretty close to getting monetized. He just needs a few more hours going on. He's pushing those 3,000 hours. Just a heads up. He might get that monetization yet. Go for it, Max. If you haven't watched any of his stuff, go watch it. He displays all the court documents and the Halo stuff. Yeah, these fools have caused enough problems that they want this dismissed. This case right here, they want to have dismissed instead of doing what they were supposed to be doing. We do certify that a copy of the foregoing has been furnished electronically. Yeah. Plaintiff's response to defendant's amended motion to dismiss complaint. That was the amended one. The other one was no different than that. This is an action seeking to foreclose a mortgage on real property located in Orange County, Florida. Defendants served a motion to dismiss that contained general allegations in regard to failure to state a cause of action, standing, condition, precedent, and attachments. Plaintiff is in possession of the original promissory note and will be tendering the same to the court at final hearing in this matter. Since plaintiff is in possession of the original note, it has standing to bring the instant action. All necessary attachments are included in the complaint. The note contains an unconditional promise to pay and provides the holder with the right to accelerate the loan and demand the total amount due upon default. Plaintiff complaint properly states a cause of action to foreclose. Furthermore, the complaint also contains an allegation that plaintiff has performed all conditions precedent to the filing of the precedent. A motion to dismiss shall be denied of within the four corners of the complaint a cause of action is stated. In the case, the four corners of the complaint state a cause of action, and the issues raised should be considered affirmative defenses. Therefore, the court should deny the defendant motions to dismiss, wherefore plaintiff respectfully requests that this court deny the motion and grant any further relief deemed appropriate. then it just has the listing of, who got served on this. And I say that, it would probably be more appropriate if they would have done what they were supposed to do and just pay their damn loan. I mean, that would have been the best way to go about this. Why is that doing it here? Let me move that. There we go. If they would have just paid the damn payments. They didn't make any payments for almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. They did not make a payment. They decided, no, I'm too good for this. I'm way too good for this. I don't have to make these payments. That is sort of their MO in all of this is, well, what are you going to do? I mean, are you going to force me? Why would you force me to do something that I clearly don't want to do? But that has been sort of their downfall in all of this. They don't like whenever their shit gets called out. Yeah, they don't like it at all. And it has been called out multiple times. Everything from them doing their crazy, little dance to avoid service one way or the other in multiple different cases, all the way down to this one here, which is even more quite interesting. Because this is, although a different case, you're going to see some of the same kind of shenanigans. Mm-hmm. Yes, some of the same kind of shenanigans. Let me pull this one up, make sure that I've got it here. Deck the halls with stupid people. Fa la 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 la. Max, never too late to catch up with Shizzy. No, it's not. Hey, all of this entitlement crap gets old. Yes, it does. That is sort of their modus operandi. This is how they behave. Is they do this kind of crap on a regular basis. Everything from filing crazy emails, and I'm sure there's probably more. We'll go over one of those. Why wouldn't they at least pay on the house that they live in with the mortgage from the rental? Well, because they haven't paid that one either. No, they that's the thing. They have the rental. They haven't paid the mortgage on that. They took out multiple loans. I'm looking at possibly 4 different loans that they've taken out. Yet they seem to be finding time to, go on vacation. I mean, if I owed house payments, I doubt I would be taking vacations or buying a whole bunch of wigs. I mean, it's crazy though, to me that, they're putting themselves in a been dealing with major side effects. Oh, Ma, that's sorry. Sorry to hear that. This is, of course, in another one, which, also has to do with this case because it is, I just want to make sure. Okay, because you have to understand there's multiple cases going on here. And there we go. Let's go here. Right there we go. So notice of lack of prosecution, court's motion to dismiss, notice of hearing. Now you have to understand this is what happened. This is the court coming back, and this has to do with Truist. Says, pursuant this, right now, no such record activity occurs within 60 days following the services. Notice of no stay is issued or approving during such a 60-day period. This action shall be dismissed by the court on its own or the motion of any interested persons, whether a party to the action or not, after reasonable notice to the parties, which notice hereby provided, blah, 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 blah. And then they say, you need to be here for this or file something. Well, they did. Amended verified complaint. Now comes the plaintiff, Truist Bank. As successor by mergers, SunTrust, and they basically, say this is where we're looking right here on about May 16th, 2007. 2007. Imagine this. 2007 has evidence of a loan made to defendant by plaintiff executed and delivered to plaintiff. An Access 3 equity line of account agreement disclosure, a HELOC, in the principal amount of $150,000. To secure payment of the HELOC, he also executed and delivered it, dated May 16th, 2007. On December 7th, 2019, SunTrust was merged with Branching Banking and Trust Company, a branch banking and trust company, surviving entity, effective upon blah, blah, blah. The property is now owned by defendant Michael Rodriguez, who holds possession due to the failure of defendant to pay the HELOC by failing to make the installment payments due on May 12, 2021. And thereafter, there is a default under the terms of the HELOC, and plaintiff is entitled to foreclose the mortgage on real property. There is now due owing the plaintiff from defendant $42,777.72 together with fees, interest, and late charges. The unknown defendants may claim some right, title, and interest in and to the subject real property by virtue of the possession of the property or otherwise. Any such right, title, and interest in the subject property as claimed by the defendants as junior, inferior, and subordinate to the lien of the plaintiff's mortgage. And whenever they say that it's junior, inferior, and subordinate to the lien of the plaintiff's mortgage, they're saying that we've had this mortgage on it much longer than anybody else, so we get our payment first. I mean, a lot of this, it looks like they're building up to do a bankruptcy action is what it looks like. Man, I couldn't sleep if this ever happened to us, but then again, we pay our bills. Now, here's the thing. And I'm not crapping on people for doing the obvious. And, how many people right now, even my parents, and even my grandparents, they couldn't afford to buy their home right out. They had to get a mortgage on it. I mean, you look at, some of the houses that were built in the 40s, those are 40s, 50s, 60s, especially in the 70s. These homes were built, and they, you could buy, you could probably buy the house I live in now at the time for 50 grand. Maybe even less than that whenever it was built in the 1960s. I mean, nobody could afford that kind of, amount of money. Nobody had that kind of money just sitting around in their bank. It wasn't like that. I mean, people back at that period of time, with $1 million in the bank, they were a millionaire. They were doing great. These days, if you try to retire on that, it's almost impossible. By the time that I hit retirement age, I better have a hell of a lot of money sitting in the bank. Social Security is only going to pay so much, and I have to do everything that I possibly can to make sure that I'm saving up everything that I've got just to make it through retirement. They took out a loan, which is what you would normally do. They might have taken out a loan to upgrade the property or get, something fixed, but it's still a loan. They're still giving you the money. There's going to be interest, but it's a balloon payment, which, they already know that it's a balloon payment. They signed off on it. They signed the paperwork and said, well, that gives us a lower interest rate. And of course, we can have it paid off before it ever balloons. That's how balloon payments work. That's you're getting a lower interest rate whenever you're getting this thing that's going to explode if you miss your payments. This is why I shall do 6 loans, as Heather is co-signing the 6th. There you go. Yes. This is, they needed the second home to house her ego and Botox. That's good. I like that, Vettel. I like that. But it's not uncommon for you to take out a loan. You know, the balloon payments suck. The good part about it is you get a lower interest rate, especially if you're looking at an interest rate, and just imagine this, back in the 70s, interest rates climbed so high that it was 25% interest on a home loan. 25% interest. That is insane amount of money. I'm sure that there's people that remember those high interest loans. I mean, the market was absolute crap at that point in time. You ended up paying 4 times that property was worth. A home or a shed based on LP home, a shed is useless, half metal shed. True. So you've got this home, you take out a nice loan. You're just like, hey, you know, I can pay this. It's only, I'm just using this as an example. It's only $100 a month over the next 4 years. Surely I can afford that. Maybe if I make some double payments, I can have this thing paid off at no time at all. Or maybe it's $1,000, whatever. You're paying this thing off. You're getting it taken care of. And then, of course, it's like a TENS unit on your forehead. My neurologist wrote me a prescription for it. Oh, little machine that attaches by magnets. Yeah, no, you don't want to do a TENS machine on your forehead. No. No. So you're making your payments along, and then all of a sudden something bad happens. You know, somebody gets injured. Your wife, decides to blow through, a few thousand here and there on ridiculous shit because she says, oh, the money's in her account, and you're screwed. All of a sudden you're going, yet that job didn't come through like it was supposed to. This client hasn't paid their bill, and they're defaulting on me. Now what am I going to do? All of a sudden, you still owe this money, but you stop making payments on it. What do you got left? Well, just sell it. Well, that's the only problem. See, now they can't. See, that's the problem. They can't sell it now. Whenever they foreclose on a mortgage, they put a lien on that property. I mean, they can sell it, but the bank wants their money. It's as simple as that. The bank wants their money, or the multiple banks want to get their money. So if you're sitting there going, oh, well, just sell it. The problem is you have to invite the bank to the closing. They have to sign off on it being sold. They have to agree to the amount it being sold for. Now, if you can sell it, they'll release that. And as long as they get their payment, that's all that matters. But now he's accrued extra fees on top of it. Lips and Chips have accrued so many different fees on top of all of this. Now they're screwed. Because attorney's fees, especially them giving the runaround to attorneys like this, every single time that attorney has had to send a service processor out, every time that they've had to respond to one of your ridiculous motions because you filed suit against a service processor, every single one of those things costs money. Whenever you sued them and lost because you decided just miss it, too late. Attorney's fees are going to be coming due. All of that stuff adds up. You can't waste people's time and expect them to, especially attorneys, to not expect compensation. And courts usually are very generous, especially whenever they show the kind of behavior that these freaks and fools have. Whenever they show that they have willful conduct, whenever they are supposed to be in a court hearing, but yet they're making endless recordings of themselves singing into a microphone. Just asking for a Baker Act. All that they've done is like Wellesley says, everything that they've done has been in bad faith. Every single bit of it has been done in bad faith. They're doing this to themselves. And whenever their downfall comes, it's not Jeremy Hales's fault. It's not Shizzy Wisnut's fault. It's not Megan's or Tug's or Mr. Coop's. It's nobody's fault but their own. Nobody stopped you from making payments. Well, of course, they'll find somebody to blame. Of course, there's got to be somebody to blame for them not making, being responsible adults. I guess it's more fun, to yell and scream at each other in your kitchen while you're trying to, make some, basic, I don't know, whenever I say basic Greek dish. It's weird. Hey, Brock Rock and Stone, how you doing? Good to see you. Your grandparents bought a log cabin kit from Sears Roebucks in 1976 and still own it today. That's awesome. It probably didn't come with the logs, did it? It might have. I don't know. It's a possibility in 76. That is a possibility. How you doing, Venomous? Good to see you. See, you're applying logic to an illogical situation. It's just never going to work. The real red shirt. Yeah, it happens. I do that quite often. I should stop doing that. Should stop applying logic to an illogical situation. Oh, the real red shirt. Oh my gosh. All conditions precedent to the institution of this action have been performed or have occurred due to the failure of the defendant, Michael, to pay the HELOC when due. It was necessary for plaintiff to employ the undersigned attorneys and instruct the filing of this action. As a result, plaintiff will incur costs and expenses, including attorney's fees under the terms of the mortgage. Defendants are obligated to pay all costs and expenses, including attorney's fees. And of course, there's a whole bunch of other stuff in here. Basically, gives bar numbers and all that kind of stuff. And then let me double check because I don't want to show it if I can avoid it. I want to make sure that, it just basically has the lending agreement, which is almost 30 pages that I'm not going to read through, talking about the mergers and all that kind of stuff that it's gone through in that period of time. And then basically that's what it is. It just shows that they did their due diligence on that. That's it. They just amended the complaint saying that, hey, these people do not want to pay their bills. Now it's a bad situation whenever you're given the opportunity to pay your bills, but yet you don't. And they've had every opportunity. Of course, now they're crying about, oh, well, we were never given, we tried to set up a time to do all of the proper things that we were supposed to be able to do, and we didn't do it. Yes. No, I'm just going to close, cancel. Why is it not doing it? And close all tabs. Nope. There we go. That'll save me a little bit of time. Yeah, they've got some pretty serious issues with their stupidness, and it's only growing. It's only growing on all of their. It's being called out. Let's put it that way. And let's get what you guys need. You guys need is you need a new song. Let's give you a little bit of music while I pull up the next part of this, because this is going to be good. Of course, because everything that I do is, most everything that I do is good. Everything that I do is good. This one is definitely good, though. You're going to love it. And if you haven't seen it, then it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Here we go. This is going to be for you guys. Here it is.
Yeah. Come on.
Ugly head. Grab a chair, fat ass, you're gonna need it. Let's run your sticky note opera. You start with like that's your whole case file. Blew your feelings to it, call it evidence for a while. Don't fall for lies, finger wagging at the moon while your ass that screams. Please believe me, I'm the go where the hell you were going. If he had proof, he wouldn't ask. This comedian gold, cause receipts don't just appear cause you said something. Yo, shit's getting old. You don't decree reality with caps lock decrees. The next shot when we go cool, show me please. Oh, you mad? Sure. Talk too much, you lose. Bluffing hard, you lose. Trust Louis, you lose. That grand, you lose. You lose. You lose. You lose. You lose. You lose. I'm a creditor, congrats, just a fat ass in the room. Still talk like hallway gossip, got a tick, tick and boom. Potential contingent, tossing herbs like shields. Think the court gon' faint cause you spoke in the field. You got my licks already, so which is to stop the click. Can't cry interference while screaming, check my heart rate quick. That ain't threat, this meltdown with customer service vibes. Yeah, keep going. Play both sides. You lose. Story slipping. You lose. Posture and plea. You lose. Volume don't make it true. Intuition, you solo psychic show, grilling yourself. Still don't know what you know. Did you do X? No. Why? No. It's Tyler Alibi in the cookie jar, bro. Yelling, it doesn't exist. Loud as hell, think volume makes truth disappear. Now your lives rings fast. Real shit stands quiet. Yours needs vetting, dumbass. That's cute. Swear you clean. You lose. Prints everywhere. You lose. I didn't fool, I heard. You lose. Facts, just stories sold. They spoke true, say the kid. Turn new D's in the blockbuster, where you to lead. You say you used it for content, you doing the same dance. Posting updates, name drops, chasing likes in advance. Success with me like flexing wounded one. But you wrote a trilogy about them called Enjoy Your Day, son. Yeah, that's the tale. Real talk, walrus, receipts don't need theater. You got docs and vids, like them let them speak clearer. Trust me, jackass, like a legal move anywhere. Except fucktard college, you headlining there. You feel that? Talk too much, you lose. You lose. Bluff and clutch, you lose. You lose. Swing for cool, you lose. You lose. Script reading full, you lose. You lose. You lose. Every time, you lose. You lose. Every time. You lose. Not scared at all. Scared folks always say that first. Don't think of live like middle school reverse. You sell courage, we see sweat and giggle after jabs. Keep posting fortune, puking law, announcing what ain't there. Harder you perform, clearer you trying to convince yourself. Not us. You lose. Yeah. Enjoy your day, y'all. Fat ass. Keep laughing. Makes your collapse sound like applause.
I knew you guys would like that one. I knew you guys would like that one. I mean, it is constant losing over there. And of course, you get the silly one that wants to, file this kind of stuff with the court. And it is quite interesting that, Your Honor, I'm asking you to stay, on my behalf in this case, so I can continue with my life. It's all about you, John. My net bankruptcy is going to continue for months more. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. This is the thing. You, John, got yourself involved in either making the signs or posting the signs all around Otter Creek. And I'm just and all the interference from Mr. Hales and his attorney turning this into YouTube content. I'm not involved in the bankruptcy. Doesn't matter. The judge already made it very clear. You should not be filing this with the court. Matter of fact, I'm surprised that the judge was kind enough and didn't sanction your ass for filing. John! Bring me my pills! John! Oh, so I'm asking you to lift the stay on me so I can proceed to be removed from this drama. You involved yourself in it, John. You've got a restraining order against you, John. Yet you constantly break that restraining order. You still have an active suit that's going on. What exactly is? Do you think you're out of this one? No, you actually are involved in this one and another one. You were dancing in the streets just, what was it? Less than 4 days ago. You were dancing, going, "Oh, look, the judge dismissed the case." Well, no, he made a recommendation that the case be dismissed. It hasn't been dismissed. We haven't seen what Randy's filing is in that yet, have we? I'm sure that it's coming. He's going to file a response. We don't know what it's going to be. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. I just want to be removed from this drama. You involved yourself in this drama. You assholes live for this drama. This drama wouldn't exist if you and your paramour hadn't shown up in Otter Creek. Hadn't stalked Jeremy to Otter Creek. And then continued whenever he asked you to stop. Then, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he send you a cease and desist and you ignored that? And you continue to break the restraining order. And that's why you're dealing with that shit in Ohio. I mean, you correct me if I got this wrong, John. The extortion claims have already been dismissed. Document 63, because the allegations were based on non-actual statements falsely labeled extortion. Well, that's not why it was dismissed, but the judge dismissed portions of the case. If I'm not mistaken, that what he did was, and I'll have to go back and read it to be positive on this, but I'm pretty sure that the judge was making sure that no other people were added into this. He was dealing with just John and Lynette. He has no evidence of any actions because they haven't brought before discovery. Matter of fact, you, John, and Lynette were supposed to supply discovery, which you never supplied. Way back last year. Remember that last year whenever you were supposed to supply discovery, but instead you dumbasses thought it was all great to file bankruptcy. Hell, you were cheering that one on too. Look what we did. Ha ha, we got more delays. Well, hey, this is on you. And now you're looking at having to, what is it? Lose that property that you're involved in. I mean, you'll get paid out, John. Lynette will get what she asked for, right, John? I mean, it's not going to be the big payout that she was hoping to give you. She was just like, I wish I could come up with $63,000 to make John just go away. Him and his bad abuse of what did she accuse you of again, John? Yet you still stick around. That's on you, buddy. That is all on you. All these problems that you've run into is all part of your own doing. See, I don't know, maybe you thought at some point in time you could get away with this kind of bad behavior. For quite some time, you seem to be cheering on doing all kinds of bad things. I do love you so much. Thank you, Lily Smith.
Tug does not like Belitho. I kind of agree that Belitho is really going a lot easier on those two.
Oh, thank you, Lily, for the $5. Yes, I think well, and you have to understand that the judge does go a lot easier on people because they're pro se. They're going to be a little more, I mean, the law is still going to apply to them, but he is going to, be a little more understanding. But case isn't even gotten to discovery yet. Discovery date came and went before this day. They are in default. Oh yeah, I mean this is you're right. That is absolutely true. But before anything could be responded to is whenever the bankruptcy state came in. They were supposed to have a hearing that they were supposed to show up to, and they never showed up to that. Deuce was supposed to be there as a representative, and he decided that he wasn't going to show up. See, there's so much screwed up stuff there. And we'll get to all of that. We'll probably go over a lot of it next week just to show you the kind of fuckery that's happened along the way. He has no evidence of any action by either defendant to tortiously interfere. That's not what that is. It's a defamation case. You have to understand this has nothing to do with tortious interference. What it is you've got defamation charges on you. That's what he is. That is what he is saying. You defamed him. Now, it is your job to put forward a defense, but see, you're not your attorney that you didn't pay. Matter of fact, you've been getting sort of screwed in this, haven't you, John? But you were all about the fleas. You've been sucking up to them, and she's just been rubbing and massaging your head, your greasy hair, just running her fingers through it, saying everything's going to be okay, John. I know exactly how to handle these people. I know the law. At least people tell me I should be an attorney. Isn't that what the flea's been telling you? She's been telling you that, I know how to handle this. I got you back. Nobody's going to leave you out there hanging, John. We got you covered. How much money did she send to you, John? Probably not as much as she kept for herself, as a fee, because that money was never for you or the child or Lynette, right, John? Well, I mean, I guess she's made some sort of offer, because why would you be filing something this stupid and ridiculous with the court whenever they told you not to? The plaintiff has not disclosed a lost income because you haven't gotten to discovery yet. See, John, you have to get to discovery. Once you get through discovery, then you can ask for all of that stuff, but you haven't even gotten there yet because, you can blame Deuce for that stuff. Deuce is the one that did this to you. You could, why don't you, actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you guys probably have a pretty good suit against him. He talked you into doing a bankruptcy? That was good. I mean, you were talking about wanting to get this done and over with. Why didn't you just get it done and over with? I mean, that would have been the easy way to do it. Get it done and over with. And guess what? You could have had this shit resolved by September of last year. Right? But that's right. Bruce was bragging about how he delayed things for 5 months. Yeah, right. Remember that? Remember this, John, back whenever he was openly bragging about, I got it delayed for 5 months. And then what happened? Well, he delayed it some more. He filed if you look at the docket, there's close to 200 documents. And Randy's probably only filed 25 in response to all of the bullshit that you and your side over there has filed. Who was the good lawyer there? I mean, just saying. The plaintiff has not disclosed the lost income because you're not discovery. There are not, and never were, online posts calling me a child predator. Huh? That's not what was said. As far as I know, I mean, I'll have to go back and look at it. There's no evidence of publication of handwritten signs. Yeah, actually there is, because as you guys were out there promoting this kind of stuff. Himself publishing them on YouTube to promote the storyline. He has not disclosed a traffic study expert. He doesn't have to, because you haven't gotten in discovery yet. Again, two of the witnesses who discovered the signs stated publicly that they could not be read from the road. So how you're exempt from it now because it couldn't be read from the road? You wrote signs defaming someone, accusing them of doing something in most states. If someone believes that to be true, may fly off the handle and do something really inappropriate and really bad, thinking that what you posted on those roadsides was true. Doesn't matter if one person saw them. Doesn't matter if 1,000 people saw them. We know for a fact that at least 3 people saw those posted. Literally ran away to avoid service of a subpoena. Well, this person, literally ran away. Facts not in evidence. Why? Because, you never filed any such thing. So now you're just making up shit, because nothing like that's been filed with the court. Wait. Oh no, that's more of the fleas made up shit. The plaintiff admitted in his deposition that none of the 3 believed signs rebutted any damages. What? That's not what he said. We can go back through the deposition, but now you're just making up shit. See, they're hoping that people have short-term memory. They're out there looking for any little thing that you can. It's really interesting to me, John. Really interesting to me. You might want to have a talk with your, the guy that's writing these for you, because it seems to me that he's a fucking idiot. And I mean that with all due respect of idiots everywhere, because he makes idiots look like smart, like Mensa level smart. They look almost as smart as Lips does. Whatever idiot wrote this, yeah, they may have not, they might be doing you no favors. Plaintiff admitted in his deposition that none of the three believed the signs rebutting any damages for per se defamation. Those are the 3 people that knew about the signs. You've also said in Ohio court that Lynette put those signs up there. See, this is what you assholes are fearing. This is why you want to delay it, because you're just delaying the inevitable. Because whenever all that evidence comes in, all your behavior in Ohio, all the things that you said in Ohio, whenever all that information comes in, you can thank Bruce. Bruce is the one that delayed this. Every single problem that you're having on this is because Bruce thought it was a great idea that he was going to get not only the thumbnail, but the trespass 5, because remember, Lynette is the one that filed that. Lynette's the one that filed that using Scott Stark, that was hired up by none other than Bruce. See, Bruce went out there and started the whole thumbnail case. Got that one right there. And then let's see, you had the trespass case. You did that one there. You also had, let's see, you got Lips going after him. You got, Paint Chips that's threatening to go after him because, that's kind of idiot that he is. This is the foolishness that you yourself, John, have been out there cheering on. So, you haven't been making any money off of it because, you're an idiot. If you're not making any money off of this, it might be because, you suck. I mean, you were all happy to go on with vomit, talk about the Ohio case, right? You were so happy to be right in the middle of it. You thought that was a great idea. Well, guess what? All of that stuff is going to come in too. What you thought that stuff was going to go away? Yeah, vomit didn't do you any favors either. You know, and then now you got paint chips and Fed too. That's not helping you out a whole lot either. That's always really good. The plaintiff admitted in his deposition that none of the three believe the signs, no other statements attributed to the defendants and the defendants are remotely actionable by a public figure. Oh, yes, they are. Whenever you post those kinds of things around town, all of it, right there, absolutely is defamation. And you know it, and the court knows it. Because the court said, well, you know what? On July 15th, 2025, this case was stayed. Think about that, July. What month is it right now? It's been almost, we're pushing up really fast on a year that this case has been stayed. July 15th, 2025, this case was stayed under 11 U.S.C. 362 and the court's inherent power due to defendant Preston's pesty little pending bankruptcy proceedings. Right here. There's the case number. Defendant Cook now states that asks that this stay be lifted as to him, Doc 178. The proceedings against Cook will remain stayed under the court's inherent power for reasons of judicial efficiency. Well, this guy's an idiot. I mean, it seems to me that it's pretty stupid that the judge right here is going, well, you know, there's also these other people that we wanted to add in on all of this stuff, but the judge said, no, you're going to have to file that. You got to file that in another case. You can't file that here. I don't want to include an attorney in this. So what did they do? They filed it in another case. The claims against Preston and Cook in this case are intertwined. And that's why he put both of them on stay. The claims against Preston and Cook in this case are intertwined. Lifting the stay as to Cook while the automatic stay remains in effect as to Preston would require the parties to litigate and the court to resolve this case in piecemeal fashion. It would make little sense to go through summary judgment briefing and potentially a trial with only Cook and then possibly have to do it again when the stay is lifted as to Preston, especially whenever you're both intertwined. Imposing a stay as the non-debtor co-defendant under the court's inherent power because it makes little sense for the court to bifurcate its review, since doing so would lead only to a duplication of effort and a non-committant waste of judicial resources. Accordingly, defendants Cook motion to lift the stay is therefore absolutely and unequivocally denied. This 19th day of this year, he said nope, and that is where the judge left it. He was just like, no, we're not doing it. We're absolutely not doing it. We are going to go through with this. And you, sir, are part of it. That's how it works. I always hit that. I need to move that to a different spot because I hit that key every so often. I need to stop doing that, just hitting that key like that because, well, it makes me look like a fool. It makes me look like a fool most of the time. And I am good at looking like a fool. Well, most of the time. I've got lots of practice. That's because they're so deep in it. Oh, give me a second. I got to play this because it just fits. It fits so well. It just fits so well.
Let me clear my throat.
Oh yeah.
But Lynette admitted to making one, but not all of them.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
It opened up my eyes.
Yeah.
So I walked the line.
Just saying.
Never gonna give you up.
Just saying.
Fascinating. I saw the sign.
Fascinating.
One more time.
This is, in fact, a PR team.
The PR team.
You know.
We got the clips.
Just saying.
And the emphysema dream.
In my throat, it's like a tickle, you know? Yeah.
Let me clear my throat again.
Absolute idiot.
I just have too much fun. Oh, wait, this song? Not that one? Wait, this song, not that one. Let's get the song right, shizzy. What are you thinking? Don't you know any better? But tomorrow morning, I do have a new song. I'm going to let you hear the version. No, I better not. You'll hear it tomorrow. It's good. It's good. Trust me. It's good. That's if Mo's house is still standing. I heard there was some tornadoes that blew through like Indiana, Illinois. Yeah. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Let me clear my throat. Yeah, you guys did such an awesome job on that. It was great. We had fun doing that. Yeah, we had fun doing all of those fun little pieces. But I still haven't shown. I've got a song that I've been working on, and I will eventually like get a video to it, but it's an interesting one, but one of my favorites that, you know, is always just a reminder, and it's actually one of my top videos, and I don't know why. It was this one right here. This one right here was one of my top videos for the longest time. I don't know what it is that fires you guys off the imagination, but you guys seem to love it.
They built a mighty fence, said it stopped the smell, but that story's stinking worse than a swampy well. Lying lawyer said we'll settle, no doubt, but turns out nobody's buying what he's shouting about. Oh, spin that yarn, grab the bucket, the grift ain't landing and they just can't chuck it. Settle this case, but no one's quick. Buckets of lies and it smells like tricks. Tricks. The fundraiser flopped, but they keep up the show, dragging kids and puppies just to make that dough. Lying lawyer sweating, his scheme's gone bust. Turns out his settlement can't earn the trust. Oh, spin that yarn, grab the bucket, the grift ain't landing and they just can't chuck it. Settle this case, but no one's quick. Buckets of lies and it smells like tricks. Tricks. They post sad stories, say the fight's still on, but the fence is built and the money's gone. Lying lawyer scrambling, trying to regroup while he's knee-deep waiting in his own poop soup. Let's settle, he cries, it's the smart thing to do, but his partner's too busy spinning lies on YouTube. The stench is rising, and not just from the yard. It's hard to spin a tale when the truth hits hard. Oh, spin that yarn, grab the bucket, the grip ain't landing and they just can't chuck it. Settle this case, but no one's quick. Buckets of lies and it smells like tricks. Tricks. The fence is up, but the cash won't flow, and lying lawyers got nowhere to go. Settling ain't working, the jig's wearing thin. Buckets of grift won't save this spin. too busy spinning lies on YouTube. The stench is rising and not just from the yard. It's hard to spin a tale when the truth hits hard. Oh, spin that yarn, grab the bucket. The grip ain't landing and they just can't chuck it. Settle this case, but no one's quick. Buckets of lies and it smells like tricks. Tricks. The fence is up, but the cash won't flow. And lying lawyers got nowhere to go. Settling ain't working, the jig's wearing thin. Buckets of grift won't save this spin.
Oh, Gary, not you too, Gary. Oh, she blocked you. Oh, well, let's see if there's anything else I've got going on. Well, yeah, and Saturday for all you fine people, I will be over with Tug for we'll be going over those emails. I'm sure that they'll send more because, well, this is their behavior, is to, stir the pot and then go, oh, I wasn't eating out of it, face first down in the crackers, and they're just like, no, I'm just trying to, trying to enjoy. Oh, why is everybody picking on me? I don't understand. Why are they always picking on me? Well, because you idiots have, started a whole bunch of crap, and now you're wanting to back off on it. You got dumbass over there making threats that, towards me and my wife, and not only me and my wife, but also, to Tug and Megan and Mr. Coop and Jay Hip and anybody else that, they deem, that they, we have to go after these people. No, you could just, stop. Just stop, and you wouldn't have to worry about it, because when it all comes down, when it all happens, whenever all of the, we'll just let Mr. Cricket say exactly what's going to happen. You want to hear what Mr. Cricket has to say, because it's pretty straightforward what he has to say. He's spot on. What does he say?
Yeah.
Only Mr. Cricket knows what's up.
Come on. Fleahead. Grab a chair, fat ass, you're gonna need it. Let's run your sticky note opera. You start with like that's your whole case file. Blew your feelings to it, call it evidence for a while. Don't fall for lies, finger wagging at the moon while your ass that screams. Please believe me, I'm the go where the hell you were going. If he had proof, he wouldn't ask. That's comedian gold. Cause receipts don't just appear cause you said something. Yo, shit's getting old. You don't decree reality with caps lock decrees and act shocked when we go cool. Show me, please. Oh, you mad? Sure. Talk too much, you lose. Bluffing hard, you lose.
Oh yeah.
Trust me with you lose. That grand, you lose. You lose. You lose. You lose. You lose. You lose. I'm a creditor, congrats. Just a fat ass in the room. Still talk like always gossip, got a tick and boom. Potential contingent, tossing herbs like shields. Think the court gon' flame cause you spoke in the field. You got my licks already, so which is to stop the click. Can't cry in the fears while screaming, check my heart rate quick. That ain't threat, this meltdown with customer service vibes. Yeah, keep going. Play both sides. You lose. Story slipping. You lose. Posture and please.
Right,
you lose. If I don't make it true. Intuition, you solo psychic show, grilling yourself. Still don't know what you know. Did you do X? No. Why? No. That's Tyler Alibi in the cookie jar, bro. Yelling, it doesn't exist. Loud as hell. Think volume makes truth disappear. Now your lives rings fast. Real shit stands quiet. Yours needs vetting, dumbass. That's cute. Swear you clean. You lose. Prints everywhere. You lose. I didn't fool, I heard. You lose. Facts, just stories sold. You lose. kid, turn new D's in the blockbuster where you to leave. You say you used it for content, you doing the same dance, posting updates, name drops, chasing likes in advance. Success with me like flexing wounded one, but you wrote a trilogy about them called Enjoy Your Day, son. Yeah, that's the tale. Real talk, walrus, receipts don't need theater. You got docs and vids, like them let them speak clearer. Trust me, jackass, like a legal move anywhere, except fuck-tard college, you headlining there. Oh, you feel that? Talk too much, you lose.
Oh, I got Michael in there too. All made up. Oh yeah. Oh.
Folks always say that first. Don't think of lives like middle school reverse. You sell courage, we see sweat and giggle after jabs. Keep poking fortune, puking law, announcing what ain't there. Harder you perform, clearer you trying to convince yourself. Not us. You lose. Yeah.
Oh.
Enjoy your day, y'all. Fat ass. Keep laughing. Makes your collapse sound like applause.
All right, let's get this done. We got the chats up here. Let me remove this thing from here. There we go. All right. I'm going to read a few of these super chats here. We got T42 that came in hot and heavy at $5 for getting a new suit because I'm going to need it whenever my happy ass gets sent over to, some damn lawsuit that he wants to file. And, if I have to show up in court, well, I want to be dressed to the nine. You know how that goes because, just showing up, like all skeezy just doesn't work. I mean, I want to have my teeth in and everything. It's just, I'm not going to play the dumb game, of they're wanting to add all of these people that do streams and they want to come after them. For what? It shows the ridiculousness of these people. And like, do you think that you've got a chance, an absolute chance of coming in, going after people that have been doing nothing but showing court documents? That's it. And they get so upset over it. They get so absolutely upset over just showing the court document, showing exactly the proof of their behavior. And it's not like they've stopped. I mean, they're still doing the same damn thing that they were doing before. And of course, we also have Colleen with 2 separate super chats that came in right here, super tips, and they are absolutely wonderful. Let me bring those things up for you so we can show those yet again. They're just awesome.
I think a white suit, black t-shirt, and a gold chain would work.
Could absolutely work. And she also posted a second one. It was,
I think a white suit, black tee, gold chain, and your hat would work for court.
Exactly. That is so nice. And of course, you got Welsh Lady because she just loves yelling at me.
You better go in there and show them what for. I am angry and I can't express without shouting. Don't forget, copy my hairstyle.
Yes. You are awesome, boss lady. And of course, we've got Lily. Thank you very much, Lily.
Tug does not like Belitho. I kind of agree that Belitho is really going a lot easier on those two.
And they will constantly go a lot easier on those two. And everybody, I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you. Hats off to every single one of you. I do thank you for being here tonight and hanging out. I'm going to send you fine folks over to Nick Ricada. He's probably going to be starting up at some point here. If I don't think he got hit with any tornadoes or anything like that. But I do believe that Nick is going on. Let me double check and make sure that that's true, that he's actually going on tonight. It might be tomorrow that he's going on, but let me double check before I send you over there. If not, then I'll send you over to the baker, and so you can show him some love. But let me double check. And he is, yeah, he's scheduled for today in just a few minutes. So I've got you guys going over. Go say hi to Nick. He's fun. He's absolutely fun to listen to. I will see you guys mañana. And no outro song for you guys tonight. I already played enough music for you. I will see you guys very soon. Thank you very much, and peace, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow over on Mowing the Deep End. If her house is still standing, she might have to undig a witch out from underneath it. We don't know yet. We'll see. She's not in Kansas, I guarantee you. See you guys soon.